Hour number 2 and final hour of the show today here at T-Line in West Nashville. Chasing Big Joe. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. And this is your one warning that you will get celebrity birthdays today at 1:45. So be sure to listen to that. Let's say hello to Chris Sanders, Forever Titans wide receiver, who joins us now. Chris,
What
do
up,
you
man?
think of the new unis?
I like them. I mean, it's got the Houston feel, and I think it's making everybody excited. So when I first actually saw it, you know, I was very, very impressed and just the excitement that comes with it. So, yeah, A+ for what they did, so we're going to see what happens.
I think 81 would look real nice on that bad boy.
I know, man. I need to get me one of them jokers, man.
I'm just saying. I thought it was cool. I mean, you obviously remember what was kind of your feeling the first time you saw the Titans uniform back in '99?
What, this year? Oh, man, it felt different because the funny thing about it is when we moved from Houston to Memphis, then we played in our actual stadium, and then when they unveiled the new jerseys, it just felt like a new beginning of Titans football, a new beginning of doing something new. So if you look at the Titans jerseys this year, even with the celebration yesterday, it's a different feel. I mean, it is. Everybody's excited. I know the last couple of seasons weren't that good, but I think with all this new stuff that's happening with the new jerseys, new players, new coaches, and all these things that are going on, it's just a different feel.
Yeah, I agree. They had some of the new guys there last night.
Yeah.
What do you make of the news, L'Jarius Sneed being released?
I mean, he hasn't really played that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I say that respectfully, but when you pay a guy that much money and he produces once in a while, you got to get some other guys in. I mean, some of the corners that they got a free agency, the guy from the Saints and then the guy from the Giants, those guys are going to come in here and actually play. So, you know, I know it's kind of tough that, you know, you can't control injuries, but when you have a guy you're paying him that much money and he's not on the field, you're going to have to make a decision and get rid of him. So I think that was a decision that they had to make.
Chris Sanders is with us. Chris, what's up, man?
my guy?
Oh,
Big
man,
dog.
you know it. Listen, I think one of the most beautiful pictures of all time in an Oiler uniform is you at the Liberty Bowl, caught a touchdown pass. You're on your knees praising the Lord, and there's this big fat guy behind you, and that's me. I'm so sorry I ruined your picture.
And you had a comb over. I saw it.
I did. And, you know, it's funny. I go back. I forget what it might have been. Was that the Raiders game?
That was our first game, and I caught the first touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're awesome, and it's packed, and like I said, you're praising the Lord. And I look at my uniform that day. I got on like white dad socks, New Balance. I'm like, wow, why did I ever look like that?
So you were like 32 going on 60?
I would have been, right. I was probably, I was 29 at the time. I looked terrible.
Hey,
I apologize, buddy.
You look like John Candy. That's what you look like.
Oh, no, I mean, I looked worse than John Candy even after. Hey, listen, no, but I think, I think the look pops. I think it feels good all together. And look, it's not going to win you any more games, but just a little pride, right? That's some pride.
I mean, just a little excitement. You know, if you look at 1999, I'm not trying to go back there, but in 98 and 97, we had some seasons that wasn't good. But then once we got our new jerseys and then going into another stadium, it just made it feel different. It took away some of the pain. So now you got the Titans of today. They got new coaches, new uniforms, new stadium, all this stuff that's going on. So I'm excited. The fans are excited. You're excited. So it's not going to win you no games, but at the end of the day, it brings a little bit of hope.
I love it. All right, Titans signed Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver from the Giants, put in Kentucky. Let me ask you a question, Chris. He's 5'8". Does that concern you?
No, it doesn't. I mean, he had 92 catches in 2005, 93 in 2004. But here's the thing that I'm only kind of concerned about. Yes, he had 104 attempts, and yes, he caught 93 balls, but he's only caught 3 touchdowns. That's the only thing I'm concerned. You want a guy that puts a little bit of fear in the defense. I know he's a playmaker, and I'm not knocking his size, but you have to have somebody that's going to, when he steps on the field, like, oh, my God, this guy's a terror. Yes, he makes plays. Yes, he can, catch the choice routes, the hitches, the slants. All those things are great. But I want to see touchdowns like when you're getting 12 and 13. That's what I want to see.
Right. What about Juwan Jennings? I mean, he's a guy we've talked about. If you need 9 yards, he'll get you 10.
Yep.
Red zone threat. I mean, he's just he's on a different level now, physically, mentally, and I just, what do you think, man?
I wish we would have signed him because here's the thing. He brings a certain nastiness that you want a receiver. He's a guy that's going to catch the football. He's a guy that's going to block and a guy that's going to make the play. So when the game's on the line and the guy has to make a play, he's going to do it. And then on the flip side, when they in cover 2, they shift down to cover 3 and that safety gets in the box, he's going to go to a cutoff point and hit him in the mouth. Those are the kind of guys or receivers that you want because at the end of the day, a lot of receivers don't want to block. But you look at Jauan Jennings, that guy is going to block, he's going to catch, he's going to fight, he's going to scratch. He's going to do all the things you want as a receiver. Wish we would have got him.
Well, it's still not out. I mean, he's still out there. They still can't get him. Let me ask you this. Let me flip it over there. Sure. And when you were a wide receiver and you're going against a DB and you know that he's going to hit you in the mouth and fight you and just get – I mean, it takes – so Jauan Jennings for a DB is going to think, man, he's going to punch me in the face. He's going to block me. So there's a little mental game going on, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny because DBs don't like physical wide receivers. I mean, you have it like a Terrell Owens or Megatron, guys like that to where you can't push around at the line of scrimmage. It's tough. So if you get a little defensive back that's 5'8", 5'10", and you're going against Jauan Jennings or a guy like that, he's going to physically outman that guy because he's bigger, physical, and stronger. So when you get a guy like that that has good feet but also physical at the line of scrimmage, I'm telling you, it makes the recipe for success.
Chris Sanders is with us, forever Titans wide receiver. So do you lean one way or another towards a draft pick?
Yeah, I do. I think this is just my opinion. There's two guys that I love at that position. I like Arvell Reese from The Ohio State University because if you get him at linebacker, he is fast. But then I like Jeremiah Love. He's a home run hitter. He's a guy that can really take inside zone and outside zone and take it the distance. But if you look at the Super Bowl last year, what won the Super Bowl? The defense in a running game. So if the Tennessee Titans are building their defense and then they're getting a good running game with Jeremiah Love, and then you have a defense, it's going to be outstanding.
Well, and I think we talked about this last week too, Chris, because we had Coach Fisher on earlier in the week, and he brought up how beneficial bringing Eddie in was for Steve to have that kind of run game. And you look at Cam in his second year, you bring in a dynamic running back who can catch the ball too, by the way.
Yep.
What that could do for him.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Look at how smart the Kansas City Chiefs did. Tell me the reason why they were terrible last year is because their running game was bad. Yep. But now who'd they go out and get?
The Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker.
The Super Bowl MVP, because it takes the pressure off of your quarterback. Because if it's a situation to where they take away the deep ball, now you got a running game to where they can run inside zone and outside zone, and that's why the Seattle Seahawks won.
Arvell, we don't need any more Ohio State guys, right?
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
We do. Yes, we do. He's a monster.
I know, man, but
I still want Ruben Bain.
So I proposed this to Chase. He was like, nah, okay, maybe.
Okay.
All right, so 3 years ago, the Texans traded up to get Will Anderson. They got C.J. Stroud, 2 to 3 for the Cardinals. I say, Chris, and I'm getting a lot of blowback from this, and I don't care, that you trade up. You offer the Cardinals at 3. Your next year's number 1 and a bunch of other throw-ins. So this year you go at 3, you get Ruben Bain, and you get Jeremiah Love. Can you imagine on that Saturday in the fall when they take the field, all these great free agents, and now you got Ruben Bain and you got Jeremiah Love? As I say all the time, it ain't your money, right? It ain't our money.
Yes. But see, the thing about it is when you get a guy like that, he's got to come in and play. And I think, Bain is ready to play right now because if you look at all the stuff that's going on, you have a new jersey, you're about to get in a new stadium, you're about to do all these things. You need to win now. Forget about next year. Forget about the other years to come. You got all this hoopla. You got everybody excited. You can't come in here starting 0-3. They'd be like, wait a minute, we're going to talk about the jerseys again? No.
Right.
We can't talk about the jerseys anymore. You have to win. So I understand what you're saying, and I actually agree with you. Trade up and get that guy. He comes in and, tag team with Jeffrey Simmons and, Franklin. I mean, I'm telling you, that could be a nasty defense. We have to win now.
Yes, right. And so I was telling Chase, the Rams have done this from 17 to now. They've had one first-round draft choice. They trade all their first rounds away and bring in experienced veterans who get the job done and who are really good players. They don't need draft picks, at least like that, because they're guys that know they get into the league.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is the one thing we used to do with the Titans is we bring in guys that were hurt. Okay, he got a hurt ankle. Well, he'll be okay. See, they get guys that are still in their prime. They got guys that can still play. They got guys, that can actually play at the top level. That's what you want to do. When you have a situation to where you have those guys, you don't have to get draft picks. It's because your veteran guys are playmakers on your team.
I love it, man. If Borgonzi would just call me, and I told him, I said, no, listen, look, in 27 years in fantasy football, I made the playoffs 21 times. In fact, that's me in fantasy football. I know what I'm doing.
22 times, man. You that good, boss.
Right, yeah. Won 3 championships in 27. It's more than the Oilers have won.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's true. Chris?
Jeez. Yes.
I know. That's a walk-off right there. Chris, appreciate the time.
Yeah, hurt my feelings.
As always,
fellas.
have a great weekend.
Appreciate it. Love you, brothers. Bye-bye.
You too. Chris Sanders, Forever Titans wide receiver, joining us here on the show. We'll have more coming from T-Line in West Nashville. Here on 102.5 The Game.